This is a certified hood classic.
Catch me outside. How about that?
That's nasty.
All rise. Order in the court. We're over in Clayton County, Mikey. With
Say it ain't so. First aid kit and hand sanitizer in perfect placement.
Love it. Good to see everybody. We got a case. We got a TPO. You said,
yeah, we're gonna go to the old nail salon here in a little bit, Creed, because we all know the worst things happen in the nail salon. So,
do that, especially in Jacksonville, where that 90-day fiance guy is.
Caesar. Yeah, he works right down the road.
Why are you not going to get your at least your feet's done?
I figured I probably couldn't afford him now. He's probably like a celebrity nail guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few seasons ago, but listen, she's banging through these. Let's listen in. She's going through these pretty quick, so
it is Wild Warming Wednesday. Let's see.
My name's Keely.
Perfect timing, then, right?
Okay, 1 minute, and it's spelled RORIE.
Thank you, Sharon.
Okay, 1 minute.
1 minute, ladies and gentlemen.
One moment.
Don't forget, 5:30 East, our very first of hopefully many members only for We Got a Case channel.
Yeah, we've got a strange case too, so be there for that.
For offenses, the first offense is driving with no tail lights. Your bond amount is $500.
Whoa!
The second offense is fleeing from a police officer. Your bond amount is $2,000.
Oh, wow.
Third offense is driving without a license. Your bond amount is $1,000.
We ain't licking no more, Mike.
Fourth offense is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond amount is $1,500. Therefore, your total bond is $5,000.
Wow.
Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amounts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you make bond?
Yes.
If she said no, would you lower
After
it?
your preliminary hearing for May 30th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar?
Can you just tell me a little bit about what the preliminary hearing is for?
The purpose of the preliminary hearing is to determine if there's enough evidence or probable cause to justify keeping you detained in jail. If you make bond, it's automatically waived because there's no reason since you're out on bond. Okay, so if you're unsure if you're going to make bond, you want to leave it on the calendar. Therefore, that'll be your next court appearance. If you know you're going to make bond, it'll be automatically waived, or you can waive it now. It's up to you.
I'll waive it.
You waive it? Okay. So you also need to obtain a waiver form from the deputies to waive it. Once you sign the waiver, I'm able to process your request. You understand that?
I understand. So if it's done automatically, I don't have to waive it right now?
No, if you don't want to waive it right now, then it'll be waived automatically once you bond out.
Okay, I'll just do that. It'll be less.
Okay, no problem. So I'll set it down, and then once you bond out, then it'll automatically be waived. Okay. Okay, and then based on your court-appointed application form, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I will approve an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. No, that's everything.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
Hey. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, no problem, Deputy. I think that will conclude everyone for today.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that was me. When I was a hot Latino guy. Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to
Hot
see
Latino
more.
Mikey.
I wanted to see more from there. If you're giving out $500 bonds for a broken taillight, I want to see what. That's just crazy to me. When we spend so much time over in licking, where I mean, you damn well can do murder and get away with a OR by you're out. You know, make jokes.
Flusha, what kind of poll question is this? I mean,
yes. All right, come on. Look at these nails.
I mean, nobody would vote on that, except for what the hell? The guy's in the truck. What are you doing?
They're messing with us. And by the way, a few others in the chat has spoken, and not many ones. So you guys are right on it.
I mean, a pedicure, that's your nails, right?
You know, Jeff has got one of them duck phones right next to him. Wasn't that what they had? The Duck phone, I believe it was. Laurel.
Or no, that's a manicure. Never mind. Sorry.
Just wanted to check in here before we jump over to the other. Flowers looking good. Not a triple play today, just 2 things of flowers. But
she's got a zebra striped.
Yeah.
Purse.
It's real.
Real zebra.
Have you ever seen a zonkey? Because they're real too. I saw that the zoo that is now closed down, that was very close to my old house in Myrtle Beach, had a zonkey there.
I would not mind a pedicure. That would be nice right now.
Hello, Carol. Hint, hint. No Taillight Express needs to be changed to Mikey needs a pedicure express. By the way, the last few, Mystic Lady, the last few were very, very nice. It said, thank you. Have a nice day. They were all very pleasant for Clayton County, Georgia.
Yeah, they know what's up. Yeah, like Creed said, 5:30 today. If you're just getting here right now, 5:30 today, members only for We Got a Case. So if you're a member over here, please do not forget. You're going to want to see this. And I've been sitting on this case for a while, not literally, but I've been saving it for just such an occasion. Okay, well, I've learned it now.
Yeah,
50% off.
Good point, Loud. Good point.
No, they still charge you full price. So here's the thing. The case we're going to watch tonight is unlike anything we've ever seen. And it's not because it's that outrageous of an offense.
Did you say that it's tonight?
Tonight.
Have you been up? Oh, tonight. Oh, yeah, for 5:30.
Yeah, tonight. Today we're going to go to the nail salon, but tonight we're going to find out. I don't want to say too much. I'll just leave it at that. But you're going to want to be there. I promise you.
That's what they call a teaser. I see. Cold £5. Thank you.
That's not teasing.
Thank you.
That's called pleasing.
We're better off now.
Better for having you. All right. So, former friends, Creed, now turned against each other. I think that these guys you'll figure it out pretty quick.
All right.
Let's just leave it at that.
I'm ready.
You're going to figure it out. You're going to figure it out, dude.
Because background noise can also cut into the audio. Okay. We just want to make sure everyone can hear everything clearly. All right. But I just want to let you know that everyone will have the opportunity to be heard thoroughly. All right. Okay. So if you can both unmute for me just right now, I'm going to swear you both in at the same time. All right. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct under penalty of perjury? Mr. Carr?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I just looked up very
Mr.
quickly
Ingram?
at Mr. Carr, and I thought that was some accoutrement behind him, like something of flowers or something.
Something on the wall.
It's his head of hair.
Yes, he has beautiful hair. I believe
sure
would be the terminology. And look at those nails. I mean, everybody's going to have just keep looking at people's nails during this, because at the end of it, we'll have nail talk. Don't you worry. We got
Nail talk with Mike.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And Mr. Ingram, you can go ahead and mute yourself
NTWM.
again. All right. So Mr. Carr, if you can please state your name for the record, your full name.
Yes, Antoine Burrell Carr.
Okay. And Mr. Carr, how do you know Mr. Ingram?
We were friends at one point.
Okay.
sad.
Friends.
How long have you known him?
Probably going on about 2 years now.
Okay. All right. And can you explain to me why you filed your initial petition for a temporary protective order?
Yes. So initially, the first one that I filed, I guess they were not able to serve him, but he had made different threats and stuff like that towards me on social media. And I have the screenshots and stuff like that to show where he, threatened that he was going to harm me. He slandered my name and stuff like that, all on social media. And then he came.
Mr. Carr, have you submitted anything like that to the court?
I submitted it to them the first time. And I know when I refiled it, I thought that they were going to have that stuff attached. I didn't know if I needed to submit it again.
Is he wearing a judge's robe also up there?
That he's got a lot of sweater action, maybe, or V-neck. But is this a blanket too, right there across the?
Yeah,
back?
he's like grown men who play slots and listen to the Bee Gees play with blankies a lot. They kind of
snuggie.
Hang it over to the side of them. Very quickly, we'll jump right back to this. I want you to see this. This guy is flexing over here live in Judge Middleton's court. I want you to see this guy's office. I mean, seriously, do you really got to come in flexing? Like, look at the money I got. My name is Buttzell or Daniel Hatch.
Way to go, Mr. Butt. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, come in like that. I don't blame this. I don't blame this other guy here blanking out everything behind him because you don't want to see how much of a shithole it is compared to what Buttzell's got there.
Matthew X. Let this be a lesson to everyone. Just because you sent stuff in the first time does not mean they hold on to your stuff for the next time. Don't believe they do that.
All right.
Don't believe they do that.
I mean, I still have all of the documents and stuff like that. But I didn't know if I needed to submit it again. But
yes,
Regulate.
Actually, I'm not looking. Miss Broom, is anything attached to this case?
Judge, I do not, but I can send him my email address in the chat and he can send it to me.
Oh, baby.
Okay. All right. So she'll do that. And I'm going to go ahead and hear from you and then we can take a pause for you to email if necessary. Okay.
Okay.
So, so you said you received different threats. When did you start receiving threats?
Let me look.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to just turn off my camera and mute for a minute and let you respond to Ms. Broom's email and send me documentation you want the court to see now. Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
Okay, while they're doing that.
How do I chat?
Luckily,
see it here.
Thanks to science, we won't have to sit here for the 20 minutes that goes by in between the time she says she'll be right back.
I also have to tell you, for the 20 plus people, I know that's a background. I'm making a joke.
Let me just ask this question, Mr. Carr.
It's a background.
Is
Thank
anything
you,
that
seriously, I know that.
Everybody's losing it at you? Are they?
It's pretty obvious. No, just a bunch of you are like, that's a Zoom back. No shit.
I mean, it's not even a good one.
No,
it's got a watermark on it and everything.
I mean, it's yes. God,
if you're new here, we make jokes.
Well, Grotto and Courtney and
we make jokes. It happens. We understand.
Love you guys.
We like to have fun.
Yeah,
we like to have fun.
Thanks, Grotto. Didn't know that.
You know. Thank you, Angela.
Oh, you guys make me laugh.
And Buttzell is the oldest law firm in Michigan. See you tonight, Courtney. See you tonight.
wasn't online or that you haven't submitted an exhibit about that happened?
Yeah, so the most recent thing that happened is which I was at the nail salon, which is my normal nail salon that I go to. And Malcolm came into the nail salon and caused a scene. He threatened my life. He tried to fight me. His husband was there as well. His husband was
Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you, Shelley.
Wait a minute. Is he married?
Yeah. So first we thought maybe they were former lovers, but apparently not. Just friends, Creed, because he has a husband and his husband was there at what is his regular salon, his nail salon, you know. So he knew he was going to be there. This was an ambush attack. It's getting crazy in here. Crazy. Thank you for the
We assumed.
money, Shelley.
Might be wrong.
Holding him back. There's video footage from the people who were in the nail shop that has as well. And they will be willing to, testify if they need to or anything like that. But he threatened me. He said he was going to, kick my fat ass. He called me out of my name, all of that other kind of stuff. And
when you call a man out of his name, what are you calling him? I thought it only worked for women because you call him the bitch word. By
the way, Vincent, Adam the Woo went out on a limb and actually posted, which he never does in his Facebook groups and stuff. And man, he got blasted for saying that it was not a good movie at all, and he was not happy with all the. I guess there's a lot of animal cruelty throughout it, and it's kind of imperative for the story arc, I guess.
I mean, this is the same movies that there's a raccoon that's being tortured and beat and shot at in every single one. But
I mean, he made a very big point about the animal abuse and cruelty in it, and that it was not very lighthearted and funny, I guess.
Yeah,
through it, but good for him.
Unbelievable.
Speaking up, man, you don't see those people turn on him very often, but they did.
What do you mean by those people?
The Adam the Woo people. That
okay.
Yeah.
So did he call him? Buongiorno, mono mi, gracias, de nada. Wrong language.
It was just so ironic and embarrassing that he caused the scene, trying to threaten me, harm me, in a public place. And we even advised him that we were going to call the police, which we did. And he said he didn't care and to call the fucking police. And then, so I filed a police report. And
Can
at
you
that,
tell me, excuse me, Mr. Card, and I probably will interrupt both of you while you're talking.
I did all that.
While you're testifying, okay? But when was this nail salon incident approximately?
this February the 18th.
Okay. All right, so go ahead. I'm sorry. You said the police were called.
Yes, the police were called. The police were called. He tried to leave the scene, but he had left his husband there. Allegedly, he was dropping his husband off, and I guess I don't know, but he came into the nail shop. He left when I guess the police started showing up, but his husband.
Hang on a second. Mr. Ingram, if you can please not make any faces or nod or shake your head, okay?
The
Like everybody
entire
needs to keep their
time.
face straight.
Okay.
And he's still while the other person's testifying, okay? It's
No
just
problem,
when we're
John.
here on Zoom, it's incredibly distracting because we're all just up in each other's faces, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Carr, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Very distracting.
Yeah, so
Keeper.
the police actually never
how I
got
took
to
it.
speak to Malcolm himself because he left the scene. His husband was the one who was speaking, I guess, on his behalf or whatever. But it was a very irate situation. The people
Okay,
had.
I'm gonna ask some questions, okay? So you said that he threatened your life. What did he say?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Here we
he
go.
said that he would kick my fucking ass. And he told me that he was standing in the doorway of the establishment, and I was trying to get out of the establishment to like avoid the situation. He would not move out of the way. He stood his ground in front of the door, which is only one way in and one way out. And he said that he was gonna, kick my fucking ass and stuff like that. And he said, I knew I would eventually run into you and that it was always going to be on site or whatever. And then everybody in the nail shop, was backing me up and saying that he was not going to jump me. He was not going to hurt me and stuff like that. And
if I'm looking at these two gentlemen, I'm taking the guy up there with the poofy things. He's a big feller. He's big clay.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
He's gonna, and this guy down below is gonna fight him and kick his ass. I just don't see it.
I don't see that. He reminds me of a little scrapper though. Like he wouldn't really
Oh yeah,
roll a punch and be more of like a right
windmilling and just coming at you like that.
That's how I
like
see it.
Karen.
Thank you. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Karen. Nothing but love. But yeah, he might have said he was going to, but I don't think we got nothing to worry about. I think he can handle himself.
So when the cops came, that's when he started to try to leave the scene or whatever. And then I got the assistance from the police to leave the scene because I didn't feel safe at the time. And so they assisted me with leaving and stuff like that.
All right. So other than the 18th of February, has there ever been another in-person situation like this?
Yeah. So I also filed, I can't remember the actual date, but I put in the email that I sent to the lady with the documents, the police report that I filed from where Malcolm had came to my apartment complex and flattened my tires on my vehicle.
I know somebody else.
The apartment complex has the video footage as well.
I mean, okay, so we've taken it from threats to actual action, Creed.
Hey, the tires thing, man, that costs you a lot of money. That's dirty. But how do you prove that if you don't have a Ring camera?
Again, anybody could have flattened his tire. So I see where we're going with that. He's going to definitely deny that
they sent to the police officer. And
a boy down here taking notes.
And it was the timing of it all is when he went to the clerk of court in Clayton County. He then posted on his social media for me. He basically made a post insinuating.
Okay. So when did this happen at your apartment complex? What month?
This was in December. I sent her the video footage as well.
Ooh.
Okay, hang on a second. So I think they have your exhibits.
Okay.
Do we have any video footage?
We like video.
That Mr. Carr has sent in.
See it. Keeper. Good to see.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
Yes, we have it.
Hello, clerk.
Can you share your screen and just a second, let me ask you this, Mr. Carr. Where did you get this video footage?
This is the actual video footage that I took when I went to look at my vehicle and before I called the police. The apartment complex would not give me the copy of it, but they gave it to the police officer or the detective or whatever. But he has the footage from the security cameras.
Okay. Well, just a second, Madam Clerk. Just a moment. So, Mr. Carr, how did you know it was him who flattened your tires?
Well, when we saw the video footage in the leasing office, it showed him on there, but she wouldn't allow me to.
But you saw it?
Yes.
Okay, and you saw him on the video?
Yes.
Okay, and you saw him flatten your tires?
Correct.
Hey, Antron.
Okay. All right. Did anything else happen on that date?
She saw you.
No.
Ran.
Okay. Was it daylight or nighttime when that happened?
It was during the day. It was high noon. It was like around 2 something in the afternoon.
You just say high noon.
Okay.
Just say high noon.
High noon.
So is there any other time that
It's time for a
Mr.
fight.
Ingram?
By the way, I got Mr. Malcolm's work. This is what he was doing. We thought he was possibly taking notes, but he's just being nasty.
Hair is on point.
Just being nasty. No need for that, mister.
High noon. What else are you gonna have? A little slap in action. High noon.
High noon.
Perfect.
The sun was at its apex, Your Honor.
Hey, Sally. Yeah, were they standing back to back? They're gonna make 5 steps and then turn around.
Where was
Ingram has come around you and done something that you took as threatening?
No, other than just posted different things on social media.
Okay, but so I'm asking about like in person or coming to your residence or anything.
High
like
noon,
that.
around 2.
Close
And
enough.
what about calling? Has there been any calling or anything like that?
No, I've blocked his number, so he hasn't been able to call on me or anything like that. His husband did text me and said that I got the right one, which I think that was the day that they were they tried to serve him. And so I guess because his husband he couldn't text me, his husband texted me and said, you got the right one. And so that was an indication of like not to fuck with them or whatever the case may be.
What?
So when did the difficult?
That's a new term, Creed.
And also I have to point out, Mr. Carr, I believe his name is, he's dropped about 10 F-bombs, and about 8 of them really didn't mean it. Like that one. If you're saying something that somebody else said, that's one thing. Now he's just swearing in court at this point. She ain't said nothing.
I mean, he's feeling comfortable, Creed, and that's what you want from someone that's testifying. You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. Somebody write that down.
God, Rosa Harlan.
Begin in your friendship? I mean, I don't need the history of everything, but just sort of a quick timeline of you've been friends for 2 years, but when did you start having issues like this?
So we probably started having issues last year, probably around July, the end of June, July is when things started going downhill.
Okay, and why?
So basically what it all came down to is that we went on a trip. A bunch of us, it was supposedly like 9 or 10 of us that was going to go to Tulum, Mexico, and we were all going to split the cost. It was for my birthday. We were all going to split the cost, but people started dropping out of the trip. And so I had insinuated, I advised Mr. Ingram that, hey, maybe it's not a good idea since so many people were dropping out and stuff like that, that maybe we can just cancel it. His words to me was like, no, let's still go on the trip. What I'll do is he'll put it on his card. I advised him that I didn't feel comfortable with him putting the cost of the trip on his card, but he did it anyway. He said that
I've been there.
This trip, we was going to go and have a good time and we would figure it out. At that time, I had my business was up and running, but it started going downhill. My income wasn't the same. I was still trying to wait on getting my refund checks and stuff like that back. And I said that I would try to give him the money back, even though it wasn't my responsibility for the people who dropped out. I was just trying to be nice and be like, okay, well, I'll, handle it or whatever. So we had already had that agreement. We were all on the same page. I wasn't working at the time, so I was out trying to make as much money as I could, like doing Uber and Lyft and stuff like that, but still maintaining, trying to get the bills for my regular household to keep it afloat. So I would give him money here and there to try to put towards it. But I guess it got to a point where I wasn't paying him back fast enough. So he tried to go and take out papers on me for the balance.
All right, guys, let this be a lesson to all of us. Even the best friendships can be ruined by monies. Completely ruined by monies. Just don't do it.
So a lot of chatter in the chat about that they were like on the DL lovers, not
maybe there was a throuple between the husband and them. I don't know. Anything's possible.
Quite a few of you said it in the chat.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Wondering.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
It's high noon.
Perfect. Take off your pants.
And so then that's when everything started going downhill from there. And that's how him now threatening me, him now deframing my character online.
Okay, hang on a second. So when did the threats
defriending his character?
Social media?
It was probably around September. And I get
that feeling.
I got an attorney and filed a cease and desist as well. That was also sent to him about putting false information about me online and all of that as well.
Okay. All right. So if you sent some of these threats, what you're saying are threats to the clerk?
Send that to the clerk.
Lola, I read almost every single comment because I put them up on the screen.
I do not. I especially today when I'm using one computer instead of two, because I'm recording on this one over here. I typically catch if I see Creed laugh at something, I say, "Oh, what did he laugh about?"
And I apologize for all of the butt bleaching comments that I just skipped past.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
yes, feel free to jump past those. Somebody made a comment yesterday that they were so happy that they could come to this chat and say really basically anything you want to.
Well, it's
There's
true, yeah.
parameters, because there's so many chats that are not allowed to. You're not allowed to say anything like we do over here.
I mean,
world's most dangerous chat, Creed.
Feel free to talk about all the butt bleaching you'd like. I just
you just don't expect it to find its way to the screen.
Right. Most of the time, anyways.
I can promise you, neither one of us have ever had one of those.
Nah.
Yes.
Okay. Madam Clerk, can we see some of these and how are they labeled, Mr. Carr?
They're like, this is from his Facebook.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. Was that them on vacation?
You like to show the video first or the screenshots?
For vacation? No, Mike, that's a back. That's
really
not even real, you idiot.
Oh, God, I feel so stupid
You're
now.
so dumb, dude.
Called me out, Creed. Why'd you have to do that in front of all these people?
Photo.
Oh, I can't believe that. Was that Michael Jackson?
That was. You done up.
Okay, so what is this from, Mr. Carr?
That's from his Facebook.
Hey, boy.
Where he's made a post and he's saying, I'm going to end up hurting that big slob.
Hang on, I can read.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to know what it was. Okay.
Judge, will you read them out loud, especially the ones with curse words?
Please.
All right. And why did you believe that this second one that's showing on the screen was referring to you?
Which one?
I'm going to end up really hurting that big slob.
Because he was making all of the posts in that time frame were indicated to.
Anybody?
I'm going to end up hurting that big swab.
Is it slob or slog?
I don't even see it on this one. Oh, there's right there. Slob. Slob. I'm gonna end up really hurting that big slob.
It's according to the Urban Dictionary, which is always right, to work hard over a long what?
Long log?
A long period, especially doing work that's difficult or boring. How does that work into that? Can't mean that's the.
They said they're gonna beat him up because she really playing in my face. Up here, I'm gonna end up really hurting that. Oh, there it is right there again. Bigger letters.
Did we mean slob? Probably.
I mean, that's what it says. SLOB, slob.
Oh, didn't they just say slog a bunch of times?
Slog. I don't know. I thought maybe they did. Y'all want to hear a story about a hoe that got a PPP loan? What's a PPP loan? For $275,000?
Whoa.
And don't have any of it left?
The PPP loan, wasn't that the one that was for isn't that what they were giving out for employees during COVID?
Oh, maybe.
Isn't that what that is?
Like employers, people that own businesses? Slog. COVID money loan.
They said slog with a G. I've certainly heard of slob.
Don't worry. Somebody will yell in our comments that we should listen better.
Yeah.
We weren't talking, playing some damn many sound effects.
And you idiots just keep looking at pictures and thinking they're real. Is that what it was? Because that's what I'm thinking that would make.
Also, we got a compliment that I think it said we reminded them of Bob and Tom.
Oh God, that's like the worst morning show I think.
Or Don and Mike. I can't remember which one it was.
Don and Mike would be a huge compliment.
Maybe let's go with Don and Mike then.
That'd be a huge compliment. Bob and Tom.
Don and Mike, baby. Slog.
Towards me And
Slog.
then in the comments, when someone asked who he was talking about, he put my
Slog.
name there.
All right. Is there anything further? Okay.
Reno.
Slog. Anything else?
Okay. Is there any way to make that bigger?
Slog.
That's what she asked about.
What kind of business do you, I know he said he had a business.
That's a pretty big loan,
that's
though. I
better.
mean,
It's
Thank you.
huge. That's massive amount. Slog.
So where are we talking? Where does he say your name?
is that
He
what it
said
is?
AJ Fat Ass. That's my nickname.
Yeah, it's supposed to be so you could pay your employees and stuff. But I know a lot of people ripped off the government that didn't even own businesses.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
even have no LLCs or nothing.
Is he saying AJ Fat Ass is his nickname, or just AJ is his nickname? I'm not sure.
AJ
Just
Fat Ass. Yeah, that's it. Like Kid Caprice. Kid Caprice, AJ Fat Ass. I mean,
Rice.
it's that simple.
Call me CB Fat Ass.
Hope you don't go to jail.
That's what I go by. AJ. It's my nickname.
Mr. Blue Hands.
Okay. All right. We can scroll down further. Thank you.
There's Michael.
And then he puts my name in the actual status.
Okay. Actually, can you scroll back up? I'm so sorry, Madam Clerk.
Slog.
More.
Baby, y'all still
One
with
more.
me?
I'm sorry. I need to see what he said on the social media post. All right. Thank you. Let me.
Sounds like a fake name, doesn't it?
Why do you
Michael.
call it? Is that the appropriate
Okay.
pronoun?
I'm so
She?
sorry. We
for
can
him?
go ahead and keep
I like
scrolling.
James Earl
Thank you.
Jones there. Who? Who are you talking about?
Going.
Slog.
Okay. This is the same thing. It looks like.
I must have clicked it twice. I'm sorry.
Baby.
Okay.
Y'all still
Can we
with
keep
it?
scrolling, please?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Y'all still
That's the
with it?
last one. Okay.
Carol, we
Is there
know what a
anything else
slob
that's being
is.
sent besides the video?
Thank you. Hey, there's that vacation picture again.
Slog. Yeah, that's that slog swimming.
And what was the date on this? Is there a date on this post?
Let me look in my phone.
Nobody's going to even
I might
comment
have
what Michael Jackson's doing in this.
timestamp. Let's see.
He's just eating popcorn. That's it. That's what you do when there's a fight or something good going on. You post that meme, I guess.
Gotcha. Is that like the one with the cat's filing its nails?
I need to go check the traffic.
Go ahead. You've had such a good day so far. Go ahead. Y'all ran off Creed. Good job. Sad news.
I mean, you can even just tell me what month it was if you know.
I want to say, okay, so the car incident was in September. Oh, here we go. Let me see.
Quentin, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. R.A.P. Emmett. R.A.P.
You said the car incident was in December.
September.
It was September?
Yes, the car incident.
There you go, Flusha. Thank you.
Okay, I know a different way.
It's kind of a weird screensaver, right? It's not what you expect from AJ.
Oh, this was in December. These were in the month of December.
Okay, thank you. All right. Were there, actually, I'll go ahead and look at the video now. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
I have a feeling this video don't show us anything. Was that a donut on that car? Oh, yeah, somebody may have gave that the old stabby
Okay,
stab.
thank you. And are those all the exhibits that you've sent in, Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Now, were there any other threats made on social media, or was it just this one on Facebook?
No, what he posted on Facebook was also the same stuff that he posted on Instagram. So it wasn't the fact that I needed to take screenshots of Instagram because he posted it on Facebook as well.
I mean, it was just like linked to both. It was the same post.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So was it that one incident in December?
Yes, those were different posts on different days within December. Yes.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like there's been 3 incidents, the nail salon, the tires, and social media. Is there any in December? Is there any other contact that you want to tell the court about?
Not at this time.
I like
I've
that.
been trying to stay
When
clear.
did you block your his number?
I probably blocked his number.
I like Christy the clown
The
better.
car thing happened in September. It probably had to be in August. I think because that was the last time I want to say I had to try to send him a payment or something like that. Was probably in August or July is probably when I blocked his number.
All right. Did you tell Mr. Ingram that you didn't want to talk to him anymore, or to leave you alone, or anything like that?
No. Mm-mm.
Ooh, I like that, Autumn. I
All
like
right.
that. Maybe.
Anything else you want to tell me at this time, or do you have any other evidence you want to present?
When we were at the nail salon, I made it clear that I didn't want to, I didn't want to do that with him. I didn't want to cause no scene and stuff like that. I made it very aware and apparent in the situation when he wouldn't allow me to exit out of the nail salon.
Maybe.
Okay. I have another question for you. You said he's filed papers on you about the money owed. What is that?
I guess he's trying to take me to court for the money that is left or the money that he paid for the trip when we went to Tulum, but they haven't been able to serve me. So I had an attorney to try to see what I can do in regards to that, but she said until I'm served, then there's nothing that she can do as of right now.
All right, so you haven't been served yet. Okay.
Do you think something happened on that trip that we're not talking about?
Do you think that's funny that you just said that, because almost like that might be right where it all started rolling downhill.
Samson, I think that could maybe just have something to do with it. Also, I like Autumn's idea of if he gets this TPO against him, maybe he don't have to pay him back, or he doesn't want to pay him back. I don't know. Maybe tickle that ass.
Let's hope we find out.
Okay. All right. Okay, you can go ahead and mute yourself. Mr. Carr, I may have more questions for you later.
Jeff.
Okay, thank you.
You'll have a chance to respond actually after Mr. Ingram.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
true.
mute yourself, and
Here
also,
we go.
I'd like you to, similarly, like I told Mr. Ingram, we're not going to make faces or nod or shake heads or anything like that. Okay. All right, Mr. Ingram, you are under oath. So if you want to go ahead and tell me about, what you want me to know about what Mr. Carr is saying.
I first of all like to say that in no way, shape, form, or fashion I tried to say or said that I would kill him. I have called him fat. I did say I was gonna be his ass. I did say those things. The issue at hand is there is a balance of $6,909 that I've been paying on, and he agreed to paying. And
I'm sorry, well, how much was it? I mean, I'm not going to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, I know, but $6,909.
Okay.
What a
The
trip,
total
huh?
trip altogether was $12,000. Yes, he's
What?
true. Some people did drop out of
Wow.
the trip, but he never said let's not go on the trip. He definitely.
They've mentioned where this trip was a few times. I barely listened.
Tulum, Mexico, or something. They said Tulum.
12K in Mexico? What are you doing? What were you there for? A year?
They wanted it all, baby. They got
Is
the
that like a
all inclusive stuff. You know, the nails, the food, the drinks.
Is it? I don't even know if I've ever heard of that area.
The only reason I knew how to say it is because I thought it rhymed with fruit of a loom.
Seriously, 12K for I'm assuming that's each.
No, I think total. If
89 degrees there right now.
If he expects him to pay back $6,000, so I'm guessing that's. But if they had more people, I'm sure the cost would have been lower.
That's right. They were looking at like 10 or 12 people. It was TripAdvisor.
How many people do you think we got to get to go somewhere where we wouldn't have to pay anything?
We'll be stuck with 12K.
We'll be the ones. Yes, Your Honor. Jay Fabe and Grotto said they were going to go, but they backed out at the last minute and we're stuck with $12,000.
Yeah, well, all right. If it was 12K for everybody, why is he paying half of it then?
Did that many people back out?
Well, that would just be him and the other guy.
Him and his husband and him. So that'd be, I guess they count as one.
Flush, a good point. That's true. You get 275K, 12K and shit, right?
You got all that money, son. You're not worried about. But again, he made his friend pay for it.
That's the other thing is when you're in Mexico, doesn't the dollar stretch you out a little bit?
Maybe they did a lot of extracurricular activities while they were there.
If it was 12K for like 10 people, that's not
maybe
bad.
They had to do the thing where you go up behind the boat, parasailing, and maybe they did it all, man. Cliff jumping.
Same here, God Razor.
Definitely agreed to putting the trip on my card because he didn't have a card that could hold that amount. We were really good friends. Only a good friend would do that and allow you to have a good birthday and go on a trip that you wanted to go on and allow you to use their card and their financials to do that. Everybody paid for their portion of the trip, but Mr. Carr. He still hasn't to this day paid his portion of the trip. His last payment was August 8th, which was $150.
I get married?
I did go to the Clayton County Court. They have tried to serve him several times. He was unemployed, so he should have been able to answer the door, but he wasn't able to answer the door. I'm not sure why. He's even moved. It even says that they tried to serve him, and there's no.
Everybody else paid their portion except for him. $6,000 was his part. I mean, is it that nice in Mexico? I mean, you could have bought part of Mexico for that much.
They do have Temptations there. It's an adult-only resort. I think there's a lot of pineapples around.
Oh, maybe. Now we're talking.
No forwarding the address. So Mr. Carr doesn't want to handle the situation at hand. Yes, I made some Facebook posts about him. Leading up to February 18th, I haven't communicated. I did submit the last communication I had with Mr. Carr, which was on August 7th, informing him about the payment that was coming up because I had scheduled him payment plans because I knew he didn't have funds to pay the remaining balance of the trip. So American Express allowed me to do payment plans, which was $692 a month.
Ooh.
Mr. Carr only gave me a total of $450 so far to pay his portion and the remaining balance.
I mean, again, I'm not going to be ruling on the money, but I am curious how much does he owe you?
With
interest, he owes me about $13,000 now.
Wow. With interest.
Is he the Bank of America all of a sudden?
No, they put it on his card. They put it on the
Oh
card.
my God.
I would hope they went on a private jet. Maybe that actually is them swimming in that picture we saw. They hired
one hell of a filter on that camera. Wow, that is a lot of money.
Wow. I'm not understanding though how that breaks down between them because it wasn't just a trip of two people. But
I mean,
just between the
what did they do? I mean, he's unemployed, going on crazy trips.
This thing does say that Tulum, is that how you say it? Tulum.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the most Instagram spots in Mexico with plenty of smoothie stands and yoga retreats.
Well, these two look like they love yoga. I meant yogurt. Never mind. Different thing. This is a lot of money.
Okay, I thought the total trip for everybody was 12,000.
It was, and his remaining balance and what I've been taking care and paying is 6,000. So
How much did he owe you from the jump? 6,000.
he owed me $6,909.
Okay, so there were just 2 people who went on the trip.
No, there was a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that went on the trip.
This math makes no sense. Jim.
Was everybody's cut 6,000 or their charge?
No, everybody payment was
here we go.
645. They were able to split the payments up 645 each. So 645. Everyone had to pay $1,290 a piece.
$1,290.
Correct. And Mr. Carr agreed to paying the remaining balance of who didn't go on the trip. So he had 2 more people.
Okay, so he covered everybody's part that didn't go, supposedly. Oh, what an idiot. His part would have only been $1,200 if he hadn't have took on everyone else's.
Courtney, that kind of stuff, unfortunately, this day and age is actually important to a lot of people, which is sad, but
me and Creed especially.
Oh, yes,
speaks to us so much.
I had
that was supposed
like 8 years ago.
Oh,
to go on a trip that backed out. The only reason why I agreed to doing it was because everybody payment would cancel out the whole trip. That's the only reason why I agreed to put in the card.
Okay, that's enough. I mean, it's fine about the money. I was just
Yeah.
All right. So you
But
said you made some Facebook posts about this. What else?
Correct. I saw Mr. Carr. I was dropping my husband off at work. I happened to see Mr. Carr. I did enter the nail salon, and how we are speaking right now, I simply said, AJ, when are you going to pay me my money back? And I said it several times. They even said, can y'all take this outside? I said, yeah, come on outside. Come on outside, AJ. He didn't want to come outside. He didn't proceed to come outside at all.
No, why would he?
My question to him was, in fact, when are you going to pay me my money back? I am licensed to carry, and if I was going to do any harm to him, I could have. So I did not try to hit him. I did not try to touch him at any point in time during this altercation on the 18th at all. Because my reasoning behind not doing anything was so that we could sit in front of a judge now, like we are now, because I thought I would be able to get assistance in getting him served. I've been trying to get him served several times, and he's ignored it.
Wow.
I mean, you owe someone $6,000. No one's not just gonna
he's got
that go to the slide.
Yes.
And he's acting as if he's the victim. I'm the victim here.
We'll put it in the fund, Carol. Thank you.
He's licensed to carry and licensed to kill. So if he wanted to, Creed, he could have took care of him right then and there.
Hey, this is true though. You gotta. That's a lesson to be learned. You don't trust nobody with that, especially when it comes to like going on vacations and stuff like that. It sounds like a great idea. If you don't know the people, man,
It sounds like a great idea when you want to pay for the guy that doesn't have any money to pay for anything at the moment. And you're going to loan him that kind of money. That's not smart.
A lot.
Not smart.
And that's a weird quote from him too, but by the way, having that.
I'm the victim. No shape, form, or fashion do I want to harm Mr. AJ. All I want to do is get my money back. He agreed to it. Even in the text that I submitted today, he said he would make payments once he get his job because he wasn't employed. He still hasn't done that. He has access to everything, Cash App, Apple Pay, everything to make those payments.
Right now,
I have not harassed him. I have not called him. I have not went around the city looking for him. I just want Mr. Carr to answer the case and come to court so that we can have this handled.
What about the incident at the apartment complex?
All right. So is everybody else thinking like I am right now that he thinks he's harassing him, but really he's just trying to get his money back?
I could see that, but at the same time, agreed. The math does not at all, and I'm terrible at math, but I know that's not right. I keep in mind she said numerous times that she was just intrigued or wanted to know about the money situation and how that all worked. It really doesn't have any bearing apparently on this case. However, with the way that you just brought that up, that's a good possibility. I mean, dude, it's a lot of money to owe somebody. Let's just say
He's a bill collector at this point. Of course he's being annoying. Of course he's making threats and things like that. He can't get them served to take him to court for the money.
Didn't he say something too? The last payment was a while ago and it was only $150.
Yeah, he's only paid him back like $400 altogether. And the payments are like $600 and something a month. So he didn't even make a full month's payment. He should be ashamed of himself, but at the same time, let's not make threats.
I'm not really sure what he's speaking of. I wasn't there.
Daddy, good point.
And again, I have no knowledge of where he lives at because on the court documents that were submitted when the sheriff was trying to serve him, it says that he was moved and there is no forwarding address.
And when were you told that?
That was, I believe that was, give me 1 second. That day was 11/7/22. He was also tried to be served between 8/16 and 9/6. And then I went back because I knew that he was unemployed and he had to be at home or he was working from home. So there was no reason for him not to answer. So I went directly back on 9/9 to have him served again. And on 11/7, they said he had moved and there was no forwarding address.
It's a good point. Why are we not in small claims first for all that? And why are we jumping right to getting this TPO?
Well, you got to remember the guy that owed the money didn't claim the TPO. The guy on the top did. So, and he's trying to serve him.
See the money,
and he can't get served. The money is really the catalyst for all this. It's top to bottom, all about the money. One of them wants it and one of them doesn't have it. He's just definitely he's dodging them for sure. He's dodging them.
No, he did say in the beginning that there was like 4 or 10 that were supposed to go, and not many went apparently.
Yeah, a bunch of people backed out, and he instead of not going on the trip, he said, "Well, look, I'll cover everybody else's part that's not going, plus mine, but I'm gonna need you to loan me that money
just to save the trip."
I guess. So everybody can still go.
I mean, it played the video. We kind of just brushed right past it and went right back to the money. Really, I mean, we really didn't say much about the tires at all. But again, something like that, it's hard to prove who the hell did that. I mean, anybody could walk up and real jab them quick.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if you're out there owing anyone else money. I mean, seems like he's unscrupulous.
You can go in there with $100,000 debt if you're good with $5,000 or whatever it is. Then so be it.
All right. So you said that you did admit that you said
Carol,
you
I'm on
would
it.
beat his ass. Was that at the nail salon?
Carol says she's gonna beat my ass.
I'm sure I said it at the nail salon. Yes, I can't deny. Yes, I was upset. I finally saw the person that owed me money. Of course, I'm going to say different things, but if I really wanted to beat AJ up at that moment, I would have done it.
All right. How many Facebook posts?
Just like if I wanted to shoot him, I
you
would.
make about
Still a
him?
threat either way.
I'm not really sure, indirectly or directly, but those two that he showed, they may have been directed towards him. But again, I don't want to hurt or kill anybody because I want my funds back.
But I'll say it. I just won't do it.
Do you have an attorney helping you with your case?
And say it.
I don't, but I'm looking to take this step forward and get an attorney because it's unacceptable that someone agreed to paying back something and they won't, and now trying to play victim.
It said 12K total, Eamon. If
Yeah,
I'm not
for
mistaken.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
12K total.
All
I
right.
think it was.
Now,
we were
did you have an
confused.
exhibit you wanted to show me? I thought maybe you said something about.
Oh yeah, I did submit when I had last communication with Mr. Carr. I did submit that, and I'm pretty sure you're able to see the Clayton County, but I did submit that case also.
Madam Clerk, did you get it? Is there an exhibit that's submitted by respondent that is a communication between the parties?
I have a sheriff's service for Clayton County. I have a American Express case. I think that's.
Is it a black card?
That will be the whole case.
Oh,
And-
so
That, I don't need to see that.
And
What
then
about the community? Is there a communication you said, Mr.?
yes,
Ingram?
it's a text.
Okay, is there a
Okay.
text?
Yes, I got that. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, but I would think that they would at least discuss that a little bit, kind of feel it out, kind of get an
This
idea.
was the last communication we had.
Especially when he said he saw video footage of it. But again, hearsay, I guess, whatever
Yeah.
you're going to call it.
And when was this, Mr. Ingram?
August 7th. He even agreed it in the statement above. I'll be able to have better control.
Make that a little bit bigger. Again, it goes back to
So
money.
after that, and he didn't make the payment, which was due on the 15th of each month, I proceeded to go directly to the court on the 16th.
He did make the payment on the 15th?
He did not. That's what
Did not.
That's what prompted me to go file the civil case on 8/16.
Okay.
Because by then, my car was getting ready to be cut off. It was getting ready to be reported to my credit.
Oh.
The trip was back in April.
Yikes.
He
Okay.
had several months to make some
pretty
type of
annoying.
payment.
Pretty
All
far
right.
behind, man.
Okay, thank you. Well, let me ask you this too, Mr. Ingram. Mr. Carr has said that at the nail salon that your husband was holding you back. Was that happening?
My husband asked me to leave out of the nail salon. And I respected the owner of the nail salon, and I respected my husband, and politely walked out. And I said, I do have to go to work, so I don't have time to play this game. But I did ask Mr. Carr to come out, and he refused to come out. It's not that I blocked him in. There was a point where I was in front of a door. I was in front of the door, and then when they said that we needed to leave out of the salon, I politely stepped out of the salon and told Mr. Carr, step outside so we can talk and handle it. That was it. He didn't want to.
Okay. All right, anything else you wanted to tell me?
I don't think that's been confirmed. with the
I did
husband.
not flee the scene. Again, I
heard.
stated that I had to work. I did communicate with the police via my husband on the phone. They did pull up the case. They did see that. And all they could do was shake their head.
SMH.
All right, anything else?
That'll be all.
All right, thank you. You can go ahead and mute yourself again. All right, Mr. Carr, anything else you'd like to let me know or
Before
respond to?
we
Yes.
get to that,
Um,
before we get to that point where she's gonna rule on this, we did this the other day too, where you guys stand on this. I will say this. I don't see a lot of harassment. There could be a little bit of harassment, like Mikey brought it up about the, he's trying to get it. Listen, he's going to lose the card, going after his credit, things like that. So I can understand why you're kind of not harassing somebody, but trying to be a bill collector, like you said, Mikey, be a bill collector going after that. And that could be taken as harassment. We haven't really seen. I mean, yeah, they got into a little bit of, they were bickering a little bit. He called him a fat ass. That's not enough for him.
We hear that every day here. We haven't gone after anybody yet.
That's a good point.
Not once.
That's right. We haven't taken anybody to jail yet that's called us a fat ass. I don't see the harassment either. So
I think it's an uphill battle. We'll see. But
yeah.
I feel bad that this guy is owed this money, but what a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
Oof.
Definitely. That's just not something you do. The odds are stacked in your not stacked in your favor when you're doing something like that. But I think that it also comes down to like, well, what are we going to cancel this whole damn trip? Are we not going to go? No, we're going to put it on the card and worry about it later. So I kind of understand that too, to an extent, but it's a stupid move.
So couple of things. I have not moved. The times that he says that I was being served, that was my address. Like he stated, I was unemployed. So I was out doing Uber. And so if I'm out doing Uber.
Okay, I'm not here to decide whether or not you were avoiding service.
Exactly. So, okay. So going based off of that, again, he would not let me go outside of the nail salon. His husband, in fact, was holding him back because he was so irate and he was trying to charge me. And there are people that have video from the nail salon that they even show that video to the officers that came to the scene.
Point in this case then. If that's the truth, that is the nail in the coffin, right? That
I
would
mean,
prove it.
showing him being really aggressive and
Yes.
threatening you and coming at you, that'd be everything you need, right? I mean, he's having to be physically restrained to keep from injuring you.
And we see this so often. It is like way at the end. It's like a last ditch effort when they realize,
this might not be going my way.
Yeah, and then you throw out stuff like this. And I don't know how judges, I guess, just after so many years of being on the bench can look past a lot of things. I would ask that in a heartbeat. Why is there, if people have that video, why is that not here now? Why are we not watching that? And why in the last minute are you bringing this up?
Yeah, don't bring it up if you don't have it. Just don't even bring it up.
And that's why I don't believe a lot of that when we hear that. And that happens. It seems to happen a lot.
Gotta have it, man. If you're gonna bring it up, you better have it.
And I hate also when they do that, because now the credibility in my mind doing this at the very end like this, like as a last ditch effort, almost
What Creed was trying to say was right here at the end, you see this and you think yourself. Good point, Creed.
He was very irate. He was not talking how he's talking to you in this courtroom. He did, in fact, say that for me to step outside and he would, beat my ass and all that other kind of things like that. He did, in fact, say those things. The whole claims about the money and stuff like that, again, there's no point of me even addressing that because that's not what you're here for. So I'm not even going to have a rebuttal to that. Whenever I'm served, we can move forward and discuss that. But as far as the claims that we're here today about, in fact, I was afraid for my safety because, like he says, he does have guns and things like that. And I know him to have a temper, and especially when it comes to things of this nature, I don't feel safe with him. And then, like, he knows places that I go to, just like how he lives in DeKalb. My nail shop is way in on Tara Boulevard. And so the fact that he showed up where I was is unsettling to me.
Okay.
Let's find out. See, good to see you.
By the way, this live live court that I've got up played the entire time.
And going back to the car incident
All that was going on
in September. So you did see him on the video at the apartment complex?
Yes, ma'am.
How certain were you it was him?
I'm pretty certain because he was darker male, the same build as body, and they had locks. And the person in the video, how they have the locks is normally how he wears his hair, which is having the locks upward in the ponytail. From my knowledge, it gave him. And then when you look at the time frame of the video, when it happened, and then him making a post on social media, it just all made sense that he was in the area. But again, I did what I needed to do. I filed the police report in Clayton County, and they are doing whatever they need to do in regards to that.
So he made social media posts after the car incident, close in time?
Hey, Matt.
Yes, he did on his Instagram.
Matt,
he was like, don't fuck with me or something of that nature. which is an indication like, okay, I just did something to you that was assigned to you, not to fuck with you and to give you your money back.
Was there anything more specific towards you than what I understand you're reading between the lines? But was there anything mentioning you specifically in the don't fuck with me?
Fat
He didn't
ass.
specifically say my
Bob,
name as it relates
any
to
of that?
that post. No, ma'am, no.
Judge F-bomb, go girl.
But that was in September?
Yes.
I like the way she said that too.
That's what.
All right. Anything else you want to tell me?
No, ma'am, that's it.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to take a brief recess and look over my notes, and I'll
Just
come back to
this
y'all with my
judge does
decision,
that a
okay?
lot.
Okay,
by the
thank
way.
you.
I understand doing that. I guess it
Very
Lens level.
respectful. I am going to find that there is sufficient cause to keep the stalking protective order in place for the next 12 months. It's going to naturally expire on
What?
March 15th, 2024.
Is she watching the Raw?
And I'm just going to go through the terms, and I'm going to go over, I'm going to address a couple of things related to the civil suit.
Are you sure?
So the respondent is enjoined and restrained from doing anything that harasses or interferes or intimidates petitioner or his immediate family. He's not going to be allowed to contact him in any way, threaten him on social media or otherwise. And respondent is enjoined from approaching within 100 yards of petitioner, petitioner's immediate family, or going to his residence, place of employment, or school. And he's had to have no contact of any type, direct or indirect, through any other person, petitioner, immediate family, but not, that also includes email, social media, all of that. Now, what I am
I'm so
going
glad
to
we
put on
don't bet on
here
these.
is that nothing in this order shall impede respondent hiring a private process server to serve the civil case. Okay, that is not going to be a violation of this order. And I'm going to specifically put that in the order. Or nothing in this order is going to impede the civil suit. So if you guys have to go show up in Clayton
Now he's
County,
got to
or wherever
surrender
the
all his
civil
pew
suit
pews.
is, in court together, that's not going to be a violation of the protective order. Okay. But otherwise, the respondent, Mr. Ingram, you're to have no contact with Mr. Carr, go where you know him to be, his nail salon, any of that. Okay. And you're on.
I have a quick question though.
Yes.
That's it's kind of conflicting because I do business and I work right next to her nail salon, his nail salon, and he also goes to my hairdresser. So I'm just trying to figure out.
So I'll tell you, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how.
If you see him, you need to leave. Okay.
Okay.
If you see him, you need to leave. The onus is on you to
Okay.
put yourself, 100 yards away or not engage.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I would say to that. Okay.
Noted.
All right, you can go ahead and mute yourself, Mr. Carr.
Wow.
As it relates to the hairstylist, she is aware, so she is aware not to schedule us on the same times and stuff like that, so that wouldn't be an issue. Just
All right,
wanted to.
well, I'm glad to hear that. That's great. Okay, so that is going to be the
Good
order
for
of the
you.
court. I will get this issued. Mr. Carr, you will get a copy.
Man, I can't believe that, Creed. I
didn't see that
can't
one
believe
coming.
that.
I really didn't see that coming. Listen, a lot of them were on the edge a little bit, right? We're like, man, I hope they go this way because it's pretty obvious. This one was just, I didn't even think for a second that she would. Like you guys were saying in the chat, the only thing that I can think of is her erring on a side of caution. I think you guys are right with that in the chat.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can think of. That, and I know a couple of you mentioned this too, and we mentioned it when he did it, about talking about the concealed carry, and he brought it up 2 times, if I'm not mistaken, because he brought it back up another time with, I could have done it then.
Yeah, if I was going to do it, I could have done it right then. If I was
legit,
that.
I believe, and I quote, said, I don't want to kill anybody. So maybe that's what she's seeing and running with that. I don't know.
It is a wow. Again, That's why we don't. We're not lawyers, obviously.
That's for sure. And hopefully there's. Here is the other thing, and we've said this before. There could be more notes. There could be more things that wasn't mentioned that she can see that was submitted on this case. You never know. She may have actually taken a long time and read through those messages, or not the messages, the posts and stuff. Maybe saw
The complaint might have said something that we didn't touch on. You never really know. Or she might have just looked at like, okay, the coincidence of the tires being slashed, the coincidence of him showing up where he was. Maybe she thought it was just too much, and he's pissed off about the money, no doubt about that.
Oh yeah,
rightfully so. He is pissed off about that money.
Probably said quite a few things about it, and I would too, for sure. But yeah, wow. All right. I as far as from what I saw from that case, I'm shocked that they let that go, because I have a feeling that a lot of the judges that we watch would have been like, you two need to grow up. You need to pay your bills. You need to pay your debts and stay away from each other.
You got the right judge on the right day.
Yeah. Damn. That was quite a good one. All right. Cool. Guys, one reminder. Tonight, 5:30, right? Members only. First one. Hopefully first of many.
It's going to have to be for a while. At least a month.
At least a month?
At least a month.
So we'll see you at 5:30 tonight on We Got a Case channel. Thank you. It's coming back.
No, thank you.
See that? See that up there?
See all that money we spent on those graphics and effects?
Yeah. Big money there. The No Tail Light Express. $500 bond. Oh my God. Icy. Baby. Baby. Toby.
Ice.
Gary. Angela. Courtney. Shelly. Michael. Karen. Miranda.
Gary.
And Carol will beat my ass. Thank you guys so much. Annika Busto.
She was so aggressive about it. Had to put her there. If I could have been fear for my life.
And Wild Woman Wednesday next. We got a chase.
Oh, it's a doozy. We're going to go to Nye County. We're going to go to Wisconsin. We're going to be all over the place today. So make sure you're there. I think we're even going to Georgia.
We just spent a lot of time in Georgia. Might as well go back.
Georgia. We love you guys. We'll see you here again soon. Top Guys out.